Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How have you been?
Good afternoon, teacher. Fine,
Good
thank you.
afternoon.
Excellent. So I hope that you had a fun weekend. Well, today we are going to start checking your homework. So your homework was basically doing the listening part. And the listening part was this part, environmentally friendly changes. Okay, I remember that I asked you to do this for question, but we didn't have the time to. And the first question says, what are some things friendly? Try to think of at least 10 with your partner or group. Okay, so I'm going to ask Susana. With that, I mean, we're not gonna say 10 things. One thing that you do or that we can do to be more environmentally friendly.
Um, can to be more. I don't know. Maybe. Oh my God. Let me think, teacher, please.
Sorry, I was mute. Okay, can somebody answer me this one? Who can give me an idea in order to be?
Can I?
Please go ahead.
Maybe I should or I shouldn't to use plastic bags for shopping.
Okay, actually that is something that we all should be doing, right? Because nowadays, like the shops, they don't give us plastic bags, which is actually very sometimes uncomfortable could be because we're not used to it. At least, even though I have these bags that you buy at the store and you can reuse, I almost forget them at home. So it's like I'm always carrying the things in my arms and it's kind of uncomfortable. But that is because I don't have the culture of this. Probably
No, I always forget these bags on my car. For
at least
example.
in your car, not in your home, so you can go to pick them up. But well,
Yeah,
okay. That is actually one thing that maybe in a few years we are all going to be used to them, right?
maybe.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah, me too. Next one says, have you made any changes in your life recently to be more environmentally friendly? I don't know if one of you have done any change in your life, like to help the planet. Nobody?
No. In my case, I try to turn off all the lights of the house.
Okay, so you make sure all the lights are off at night.
Yeah, don't forget that. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Next one. What is something you do that is pretty wasteful? Probably for this one, we all going to have at least one example. So what is one thing that you do that you know it's not very green?
Wasteful.
Like, for example, in my case, even though I try, probably I need to try harder, right? But even though I try, I can't start. For example, here we have I forgot the name, the truck that picks up the trash, the trash machine. No, it's not a trash machine. It's the trash car. Let's go like that because I don't know what is the name of it, but well, we have it twice a week. So it's like I see that some of my neighbors, they take the trash out like only once, And it is because I consider that they probably don't accumulate that much trash and they can just take it out just once a week. And even though I try, it's very difficult for me not to accumulate trash because I have a daughter, which is a toddler, and she's always, I don't know, making things that I'll need to clean. And sometimes it's like with paper or with bags or with toys or with things like that, that I will need to take them out to the trash. And I also have pets, so I have to clean all the stuff. So I think I consider I accumulate so much trash that I can do better. I mean, I can probably reduce the trash, right? But I don't know, probably that's what I think that is wasteful for me. So what about you? Do you have any opinion about this? Like about you, something that you do that you consider is not that helpful to our planet?
Maybe plant more trees or take care of water, something like that, right?
Okay, so plant trees. Okay, could be.
Yes,
Like, do you have plants in your house?
yes,
Excellent.
a little.
There are like people who say that if you have plants, they can help you clean the air.
Yes,
Well, what I don't know. I don't exactly know. But actually, it feels kind of like if you are outdoors, there are many places where they have like green areas, like with many trees and that. And the air or the environment feels different. It's like you feel it's kind of like you breathe cleaner air. Okay, so that was the topic of the reading, and you had it for homework.
Yes.
Did you do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about the rest of you guys? Did you do it?
Yes.
yes.
Excellent. Okay, then let's discuss. Guillermo, our classmate, Guillermo is not going to be able to use his microphone, but he's listening and watching us. So, Guillermo, if you want to participate, you can type your answer in the chat board, okay? Well, let's go then to the first question here. Well, not question, to the first person we have in here, because the context says, in part 1, you are going to listen to 5 different people describe something that they have changed in their lives in order to be more environmentally friendly. What did Karim, okay, what does Karim do? So, Susana?
Let me see. Don't use hot water anymore to do laundry.
Sorry, I just heard.
Yes, don't use hot water anymore to do laundry.
Anymore to do laundry. Very good. Perfect. Okay. What about Emily, Jose? What does Emily do to help the planet?
Emily, she changed all lights in her house.
She what, sorry?
Change,
She changes?
changes all lights in her house.
All lights?
All lights.
Lights, okay, in her house. Very good. All lights in her house. Okay. What about Lane? Jose Maria? By the way, wait, Guillermo, can you help me typing your answer for letter D, like for Mark, please? Okay, Jose Maria, what about Lane?
He started to use a reusable shopping bag.
He has started to use a reusable shopping bag. Excellent, thank you. Nice. So, Guillermo, what about Mark? Okay, he doesn't eat meat because he's vegetarian. Very good. Excellent. Julia, what about Julia, Susana?
Julia, she joined a charity club and only use it when she needs and it's cheaper.
A cheating room?
Yes, a cheering club.
Cheating club, okay.
Yes. And she uses it
only when
when
what?
she needs it because it's cheaper.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's go then to the second part of the exercise. And the second part says, listen to the part one recording again, and for each person, describe the change they've made in two different ways. For example, about Karim, that Susana told us before that she was not using hot water anymore to do the laundry. Then said in two different ways could be that Karim has stopped using water and well, hot water, and in the person's life now, Karim only uses cold water to wash his clothes. It's like in the first one, we're gonna write about the change, and in the where it says the person's life now, we're gonna talk about how they're living or what they're doing, what they're currently doing. Okay. So about Emily, what is the change is done, Susana? Do you remember?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Yes, about Emily. What is the change that Emily's done?
Okay, all the lights in her house.
So how can you tell us? She has
Okay, she has changed all the lights in her house.
all the lights in her house. Okay, now let's talk about her life now. She what?
The electricity bill, it's cheaper these days.
Okay, the electricity bill is cheaper. Okay. Now let's talk about Lane. Jose Ruiz, what is the change that Lane has made? Do you remember?
Lane has bought a reusable shopping bag.
Lane has bought reusable shopping bags. Okay. So what about her current life? What is the person's life now? She what?
He only uses reusable shopping bags now.
Next, excellent. He only uses reusable shopping bags. Good. By the way, Guillermo, you're gonna help me with Julia, okay? So Jose Maria, what about the person's change? What about Mar? What has he changed?
His alimentation.
Okay, but how do you have this sentence?
He stopped to eat meat.
He stopped eating meat. Okay. And so what about the person's life now?
Yeah, I put the same. Oh,
Okay, but now say it in present then. You don't have to say like in present perfect.
we
So
say
what?
without eating meat. Without eating meat
So he doesn't
anymore.
meat anymore. Okay, good. So Guillermo says that Julia, she sold her car because it's a girl, right? Her car. And what about the person's life now? Guillermo, what does she currently do? Okay, she uses, oh, she rents car. She rents a car when she needs. Okay. Now it says you are going to hear 5 more people in the part 2 of the recording. Now we're basically, now it says read about the person's life now, then listen and complete below about what each person has changed in their lives. You will notice that people describe their changes using different kind of present perfect. So Todd, for example, says the person's life now. Todd has a cheaper electricity bill. Now that person's change. I hear you. Who wants to help me here?
I put the person change. He has been making sure.
Has been
He has been making sure to keep the blinds open during the day to heat the apartment.
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't understand after has been. I got lost in one word and then I couldn't put attention, sorry.
He has
So-
been making sure
Making sure, okay? He has been making
to
sure
keep the blinds
the blind
the
spots.
blinds open. The blinds open. Blinds es como cortinas, ¿no?
Okay,
Como
yes.
persianas.
Yes,
The blinds open.
open, very good, okay. Now let's go to Leanne. Leanne, the person's life now, everything in her house is unplugged. So what is the change of the person? Susana or Guillermo? Yeah, because I mean, now we are three, basically two. I mean, Guillermo is with us, but he can only help us with the chat.
Okay.
Had to quit, so we are only four here. So I will appreciate if you help me.
She has unplugged all in her house when she aimed to use it.
Okay, she's unplugged all in her house. Okay, I think that's very good. Now let's talk about Zach. Guillermo, it says the person's life now, the refrigerator does not contain food that has come from far away. Okay, so what is the person's change? Okay. She's about. She has been buying just fruit and vegetables. Very good. Just fruit and vegetables. Now let's talk about Sean. That person's life now. Sean does not have a garbage full of paper coffee cups anymore. So, Jose?
I put Sean has been using reusable coffee cup.
Coffee cups, very good. Now, Susana, let's talk about Leanne, but the part 2. It says the person's life now, Leanne's electricity bill is less expensive. So how can you say it basically the same way, but now that the person's change?
Okay, turn it off all the lights that don't use in her house.
Okay, Leanne turns off all the lights that
Don't use in her house.
that are not being used in her house. Very good. Okay, now it says that people in part 1 describe their changes with the present perfect simple, and in the part 2 they were described with the present perfect continuous. Can you understand the difference in meaning? For example, Karim, the person has stopped using hot water. The person has changed all the lights. The person has bought a reusable shopping bag. The person has become a vegetarian. The person has sold their car. Now in the part 2, it says the person has making sure to keep the blinds open. The person has been plugging in and unplugging their TV to stop wasting electricity and like that. So the difference between these two is that, like with the present perfect continuous, we're talking about something that we're still do. I mean that it's in progress because it is something that we constantly do it in the present, right? And in the part with the blue one, it shows me a change. It shows me something that it happened in the past but has an effect in the present. But we don't talk about the effect. We don't talk about what we're doing in the present. For that, we're gonna need to use the present perfect continuous. I mean, to talk about what we are doing. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
This is actually something that we've been discussing like since 2 weeks, I guess. So it's nothing new. Okay, so then let's go then to the next part. And the next part is grammar. So I'm going to ask you to please go to the part 1.28.2, sorry, which is called connecting the past and present to. It's in grammar. Tell me when you hear.
Grammar. I'm there.
Okay. So the question says in here, well, the introduction says, why is the bill cheaper than before? Oh, because we've been using less electricity. Now, present simple or present continuous? Let's review. In grammar 8.1, we studied what the present simple is often used to describe finished past actions and that relate to the present. For example, the light has turned green. You can go. The room has been painted blue. It looks so much better now. It's much quieter in here now that I've closed the window. In this usage, English speakers are focusing on the present result of the completed action. What does this mean? That if I say this, all of these are completed actions. They start in the past, but the effect is in the present. And what is the effect in these examples? For example, the effect in here is that it's green and you can go. The effect in here that it's the wall is green, is blue and you can see it. I mean, it's blue in the present. And the effect in this one is that it's much quieter because I closed the window, and that is the effect, right? That since I close it, now it's quieter. That is the effect. That's what I mean with effect. So the present simple, that's what it gives us. It shows us an action, a situation that happened in the past, but give us an effect in the present. But for example, here, the light has turned green, you can go. What is the present result? That the light is green now and you can go. The room has been painted blue, now the room is blue. That it's much quieter here that I close the window. What is the present result? That the window isn't open anymore, right? Now it says in here, recent activities. Sometimes present result do not come from finished actions. Present results sometimes come from the activity itself. It does not matter whether the activity is finished or not. Why are your hands dirty? Does the action working in the garden have to be finished in order for someone's hands to be dirty?
No.
Why is your face so red? Why is your face so red? Does the action laughing have to be finished in order for someone's face to be red? Why does it smell so good in the kitchen? Does the action cooking have to be finished in order for the kitchen to smell good? When we are interested in describing a recent activity that is connected with the present, we use the present perfect continuous. It does not matter if the action is finished or not. Why? Because a difference from the present continuous, like a difference from the present perfect that it shows us an effect, the present perfect continuous is an action that is still in progress, or that I can see the situation in the present, right? For example, my hands are dirty because I've been working in the garden. Even though the action is kind of finished because I'm not working anymore, if my hands are dirty, it's because of the result of that action. If I say my face is red because I've been laughing, it doesn't mean that I'm laughing right now, but it means that the effect that I'm red, it's because probably a minute ago or a few moments ago, a moment ago, I was laughing, and it's basically kind of still in the present. Or if I said it smells good in the kitchen because my mother has been cooking, it means that from the past till the present, she's been doing it. Probably it doesn't mean that the person is doing it right now, but I have the result of it in the present. And there is a difference between a result and an effect, right? Because if I talk about an effect, for example, the one of the light and the one of the and wall and that, I mean, it's just an effect, something that is kind of permanent, right? But in this case, we're talking about something that I can smell, I can touch, or I can see in the present, and it could be probably for a moment, because it's an action that it probably is still in progress or has just finished like a moment ago. Let's see these examples. For example, I fixed my car. Do you want to go for a ride? Or the garage is a mess. I've been fixing my car. So notice, as it says in here, the focus of it. In the first one, I'm focusing on the completion of the event, which is that I fixed my car. And in the other one, I'm focusing on the activity that I've been fixing my car. I've done my homework, so now I can play video games. What am I saying? That I've done homework. That event is done, is finished. Next example, I've been doing homework, so my eyes are a little tired from reading so much. What is the activity? That since I've been doing homework, and I can see, the result of it, my eyes are tired. You're full because you've eaten so much. You've eaten so much. The person is probably full because I've already finished eating, right? Focus on the activity. You've been eating a lot of junk food lately. You should eat healthier. Remember that the present perfect continuous. Let's just keep it in the continuous form. Remember that the continuous form, which is the one that we know with the ing ending, is not only working for something that is like happening at this very moment, right? It also works with the things that are in progress or in a present in general. Let's call it like eventually, right? Because it's something that happens like for a limited time. It's not something permanent. I type a message, but there hasn't been a reply. My fingers are sore because I've been typing. So you can see the result of it. In the above examples, it is unclear whether the actions describing green are finished or not. In fact, it is not important. It's not that relevant, but if you say it, it's probably because you're still doing it or you were doing it like a moment ago. Repeated actions. We use the present simple to focus on how many times something has happened. And we use the present perfect continuous to say that something has happened repeatedly in the recent past. For the example, I've read that book twice. What am I saying? That I just have done it. I'm not telling you anything else. But then if I said I've been reading that book, it's been great so far, I'm telling that this action of the book and reading and that, it's in progress. Right? Next example, it's rained a few times this week. It's been raining a lot this week. With the second one, I'm telling that it's something that probably is not finished because maybe it will continue raining. I've eaten 3 pieces of pizza so far. I've been eating so much pizza lately. The meaning of both sentences is pretty different. For example, if I said I've eaten 3 pieces of pizza so far, what can I understand from that sentence? That you have a piece in front of you. And if you said that you've eaten 3 pieces of pizza so far, it means that probably you're gonna eat more or that, it's something that you just done. That's it. That's it. But if you said I've been eating so much pizza lately, it means that from the past to a present time. And the present time could be also the past, because if I say that I've been doing exercise, for example, and I started yesterday, and probably today I didn't do it, yesterday is still part of my present, you see? So if it has like an effect, like a strong effect, like a result or something like that, it's because it's part of my present life. So before I go to the exercise part, tell me, do you understand the difference between the present continuous and present simple?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I think so.
You think so? Yeah,
I am thinking about.
Yeah, I also think so, because as I said, this is not like a real new topic. We've been working with it, so it's more like practicing and learning about the different ways we can use them. But at the end, it's basically the same, just like we show them with different contexts. Okay, so in the exercise that I've shared with you, it says, are the verbs in green in the following sentences finished or unfinished actions? In some of the sentences, it is unclear whether the verbs are finished or not. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna take a look to the sentences we have in here. You're gonna look at the images and probably they can help you. So you are going to decide based on the context of the sentence and the image, if this is a finished, unfinished, or unclear situation, okay? If you can get if it is a finished or unfinished action, it means that it's unclear, okay?
Okay.
Please work on this and tell me when you're done. Done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's go and see. So it says it's been raining a lot lately. It is so unusual. Okay, this one is, what do you think?
Letter B,
Letter A,
letter A, and finish.
finish. Unfinished, right? Unfinished.
And finish.
Okay, letter B, it says, we've been waiting for him for a long time. Let's go.
Finished.
I don't know. Finish.
Yeah, it could be understood as finished, but it can also be understood as unclear. Why? Because if you say, okay, we've been waiting for him a long time, let's go. But I mean, we don't actually know if you left. You're just discussing it. Maybe you can wait a little bit more.
Unclear them?
I mean, it's because it depends on how you feel it. If you
Yes.
finish, it's finished. If you consider it unclear because maybe you felt it like the way I felt it, it could be unclear, but it's definitely not unfinished. So it's finished or unclear, up to you. The next one says, someone has eaten my apple. Do you know who it was?
Finish.
Finished.
Finished. This one is finished. Very good. Letter D. I've been tired today. I can't wait to go home.
Unfinished.
Unclear.
Unfinished, right? Letter E. She's been to Thailand a couple of times.
Unclear.
Unclear, right? Because it's a situation that, I mean, we don't know if she's going again, right? And she's still alive, she could go again, but maybe she won't, so it's unclear. Good. Next one, someone has opened the door. Maybe we should call the police.
Finish.
Finish. The situation about the door thing is finished. Someone has opened the door. Letter G, he's been practicing the guitar. His fingers are sore.
Unfinished.
Unclear.
Yeah, could be unclear, right? Could be also unfinished or unclear. Because I mean, if someone has been practicing, probably the situation is that she's going to continue practicing, right? But we don't actually know.
Yes.
So it's unclear. Next one. I've loved that genre of music for a long time.
Unfinished.
Unfinished because you still know the situation, right? Okay. Letter
Yes.
I. You've really disappointed me. I think I'm going to cry.
Unclear.
Unclear.
Finished.
Finished or unclear, right? Because I mean, it could be finished because you've disappointed me, but it's kind of unclear also because I don't know. I mean, it seems that they're having we don't know, so it's kind of unclear, right? But it could be also finished because the disappointed thing is there. Okay, next one. You've been working really hard. You must be tired.
Unfinished.
Unfinished.
Unfinished, very good. Letter K. You can go into the room now. It has been cleaned by housekeeping.
Finished.
Finished, very good. And letter L. I've been riding my bicycle to work to save money on gas.
Unfinished.
Unfinished, very good. Okay, now it says complete the sentences using the verbs in parentheses. Sorry, complete the sentences using the verb in parentheses in either the present simple, present perfect simple, or continuous, depending on the appropriate focus. Remember, on the appropriate focus. Focus shows me that I mean, sorry. Here, the focus on completion. It means that the activity is done is for the present simple perfect. And focus on the activity is for the present perfect continuous. So you will decide then if you're gonna write them in simple present perfect or present perfect continuous, okay? For example, dinner is ready. So it's completion because dinner is actually ready. I mean, she stopped cooking. So what does that mean? That my mom has finished cooking, right?
Okay,
So please work with the and we're gonna check it out.
okay.
Ready, guys?
No.
Okay, don't worry. What if you finish it and we check it tomorrow? Because we only have 3 minutes left and we need to finish the session at 7.
Okay.
So I don't think we're gonna have time to check them all.
Okay.
So finish the part 2 and we'll check it out tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you guys. Bye bye. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Bye.